Hello, this is Olivier. Once again, here, honorable gentlemen, honorable ladies, and dishonorable, dishonest people, ill-willed. I have another stalker from Siberia or something, uses a translator to. He's decided to come and attack me at 2 o'clock in the morning. The usual stuff, showing fake charts or half real charts or whatever, not understanding a thing about trading. Anyway, that gives me a great opportunity to talk to you about something which is very important, the key to success in trading. Okay, now let's go through this again. $300 in a dream is very difficult. I'm sorry to say it's difficult. May be possible, but what usually happens, and I think a lot of you will recognize yourself in this, you take $300, you buy a cheap EA. That's not well done. There are plenty right now because that is what seems to be popular. So you buy a $75 EA and you blow your $300 account. So you go, then you write all sorts of bad comments. I read them all. And you go and buy another cheap EA, put another $300 down. By the time you've done all this, you've blown for about 5 accounts, right? Should have gone straight to the creme de la creme, the top. The people that have worked very hard like me all their lives to bring a decent product, that have tried to cover every angle, and you're seeing the example here, and have filters, short circuit breakers, etc. In fact, the most complaint I'm getting right now is that my EA is not doing a lot of trades sometimes. Well, it depends how you use it, but let me talk about what this gentleman, if I can call him a gentleman, this guy from Siberia, using a translator, is on about. And it's you know it's a pity this misunderstanding has come about. There is one thing: stops are the worst thing. I mean, it's like total mass hypnosis that you have to put a stop in a trade. It's great for brokers, and when you guys talk about DD, a DD is actually a stop. If you look at this guy's Constantine's robot, so what he does is he says, "Oh, I don't have a large DD," but he's giving money away every day to brokers and stops. Like hundreds of thousands of dollars are given every day to brokers and stops. I don't use stops, okay? I put stops in my EAs because I have to, but often I take them out of my own account. I use hedging, and what I do is use various, without trying to give my secret away, is by using my automatic self-optimizing EA, BBSO, is use it on quite a lot of time frames, okay? 1 hour, 4 hours, 5 minutes, 1 minute, etc., etc., etc. So this creates, because every time frame is different, different optimizations, and this creates a natural hedge. So sometimes on 5 minutes it will be long, and on the 1 hour it will be short, etc. So we create a natural hedge that cannot be seen in my signal, okay? This may create a DD, but what is a drawdown? Let's talk about drawdowns, okay? Let's make a difference between a drawdown. Now, most people have zero drawdown, but they've given away, they've been stopped out, and they've given away hundreds of thousands of dollars. Now, since this gentleman is Russian, he believes in the martingale system, right? So things always come back to their point. If you're shorting the euro, usually your trade will come back to zero. That's why you guys in Russia love this martingale thing so much. Okay, so here's the proof. So why are you going against somebody that brings up a DD? And I hate to tell you this, but on paper, it is a frozen instant in time. A trade is not a loss until it is taken. Okay? Now you compare most TAs and they have great losses, but low DD. Okay? A lot of cash is given away. Doesn't that hurt you? It hurts me to give away cash. All I do is try and hedge, but it's a very difficult thing to explain to people. So a DD is a frozen moment in time. Okay? It is like a balance sheet item, like when you freeze your accounting at the end of the year. It's like saying your house is worth $100 in Siberia, and but you don't know if it's worth $100 until you sell it, right? It could be worth 90, you know, when you sell it. So how can you say that this guy is losing money when there has been no loss? What you have to do is look at relative drawdown, and that's a further column there, which no troll would put up because my relative drawdown is about basically anybody who's subscribed to my signals probably lost altogether in stops and things like that, $40 or something. Okay, so and these will come back. If you're short euro or long euro, it will come back. It's just a matter of time. So basically, the idea is the the most important thing in trading is not the DD. It's your margin. All my margins are about 500 to 1,000. Now, if your margin goes down, yes, you are in problems because then you have to take losses. Okay? So if you mind your margin, and yes, you need capital, sorry to say, that's why I always start with a low amount, and you have to have readily available capital because sometimes, yes, if your margins go below 500%, you have to add capital. But that's not difficult to do. Instead of putting $10,000 on a signal or something, put $1,000, keep 9,000 in the bank, okay? And if your margin goes below, add money. As long as your margin is high and things come back to a point, otherwise, why would you guys all use martingale bots down there in Russia? Okay, hey, somebody, please, please. Why is every Russian rude to me? I don't know much about Siberia. I don't know much about that end of the earth. The only thing I know, I shook Putin's hand because he came to visit my beautiful town of Deauville, and I'm a part of the city government here. But I shook his hand. That's all. I didn't, not exactly the very talkative type. Sarkozy was here, and Merkel was here, and I was at the cocktail. Now that's the only nice Russian. That's the only Russian that's ever been nice to me. Okay, no Russian has ever been nice to me. Why is that? Why do you hate me so much? Please explain. The Russian girls like me, and they tell me all sorts of horrible things about the Russian men, which I won't say. But you're very uncouth. You're very impolite, and never a word of I don't know, because I'm from the West. I don't have a single client that's bought my robot from Russia. You all buy these cheap stuff, so go play with your own EAs or be polite, be gentleman. If that's look it up in a dictionary, gentleman, polite, especially if you have a competing product. Hey, look at my comments page on BBNN. This guy has a completely competing product. Never heard of him in my life. Comes at 2 o'clock in the morning, starts carrying on about my equity curves. Oh boy. Anyway, so what I wanted to say to you, this is the key to success, okay? The key to success is large margins. Don't worry about drawdown. You need to keep your margin large, okay? And using my system, and this I shouldn't reveal too much, but I use it on every time frame. 1 minute, 5 minutes, 4 hours, okay? And each time frame you create natural waves and waves within waves, okay? It's a difficult theory to understand, and you don't need, if you hedge, you don't need stops. You don't technically need stops. You need to find hedge points, okay? You don't need stops. I have stops in my EAs because I have to, because of MT4, but I often personally remove them. And let's say we go back down here, okay? Look, we were up here. We go down here, we go back up here, or here. There you go. There's a nice one. We're going to go here probably. But we were here once, right? And we were here once. So why would I stop myself out? I buy here and I wait till it goes out. If it goes down a bit, it looks a little bit out of shape, DD goes up, it'll go back up here. What's the problem? As long as my margin is large. So keep that in mind. Overwhelming power. Overwhelming power means lots of little orders. I call them my Bs, okay? Lots of little orders. Yes, it looks from the Novus, it looks like, I don't know, what is he doing? Lots of orders, lots of time frames, okay, all different sides. And I can tell you something too. Like, it shouldn't be hard. There's only two ways you can go in the market, right? You can go up or down. Well, maybe you're luckier than me, but it's not that easy to guess the direction, okay? So this way you don't have to. You just use my robots, okay? And this is my Renko program, by the way. And I have a free harmonic program I can give you. But it's my Renko program here, based on the 1 hour chart, which goes on the 2 minutes here, and that's also in my signal. Now, here's BBSO. Okay, and you see exactly the details of my signal, which you see, which has a large drawdown, but it will undoubtedly be fixed very soon. I'm not worried about it because the margin is large. Okay, now if you keep on attacking my signals, I see no point in having signals if it's just bait for trolls that aren't going to buy my systems. Okay, most people from the West that buy my system, 95% of my clients are either from England, Germany, most of them are US, okay? I have my own distribution system in France. I have a #1 bot, and I do mainly consulting privately with hedge funds, with a special hedge fund version, which I give my best clients, my best buddies. And I also hand out to the market, so they have a fake yay out there that will cause you lots of problems. If you have a fake one of mine, I can tell you that. And I hope you lose all your money. That would be the best thing that could happen to me if you try and cheat and copy me or use my self-opt, which nobody has, all that kind of stuff. You get a fake copy. I've distributed fake copies on purpose. So good luck to you. The real one is here, and the real one should be more expensive. A lot of people are telling me my robot should be more expensive. So anyway, so let me reiterate. The most important thing in trading is one, your margin. Your margin should be between 500 and 1,000%. You won't run into trouble. Okay? Your orders should be small lots, but many of them. Okay? Watch your margin. Have some capital available. Don't put all your marbles in straight away. Don't put in, nobody does that in New York. Nobody goes in and puts everything in a fund straight away. Warren Buffett doesn't do that. Nobody does that. Warren Buffett has huge DDs, and he keeps more capital, puts more capital in, and ends up. And do you think Warren Buffett goes in and puts stops if he buys $5 billion worth of oil or something? Or do you think they put stop in? No, they make a decision and they stick with it. And if it draws down, well, if they need to put more capital in, they will. And usually Warren Buffett doesn't use margin. So it's just cash. So yeah, this guy's carrying on. Do you have billions? He doesn't know what I have, but I have enough capital to keep all my signals alive. And I haven't blown up one signal. They're all there. I put them up the other day, but he just tricked me into showing them. You can see them on my page. Then he used a crayon going, what's in there? So you can never win. If your growth curve with these guys, my growth is 144%, right? So it's carrying on about my equity curve. Let's say my equity curve rejoins my cash curve, right? Then he's going to carry on. Oh, your growth will go down because yeah, the growth will go down if the cash curve rejoins the equity curve, the growth will go down. This is well, there's no growth. So you can never win with these guys. So, I might just take down my signals. And if you don't want this is my legacy, there's nothing to improve. It's self-optimizing, self-adapting. It's the best robot in the market. If you don't want to buy it, I come with a bot. If you don't want me, go somewhere else. Nothing to improve, nothing to change, nothing to complain about. Goodbye.